or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answer to human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2.5-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers. And you can transform your life right now on VCMG in South Florida. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2.5 hours, listen and call in toll-free 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube and share love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game of life. We can't run away anymore. The world is changing now. We need to heed the warning. The world is calling you to rise above where you've been. The world is changing now. What we did before doesn't work. It's time for you. It's time for me to change. The world is changing now. Won't you change and open your heart? Open your heart.
Yes, indeed. Open your heart right here on the Oldies Station, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah all across the nation at 866-972-7247. And we're so glad to have you joining us here tonight. It is the week before Thanksgiving, and what a beautiful time it is. It is the time for all of us to tune into the energy of gratitude. What makes you grateful? What lets you tune into the energy of who you are and what you want your life to be, and how you can create it? You see, you have the power inside of you to transform anything. And as you move into... What is that? My goodness, we've got voices in the studio. And we're playing with the lights here, so now I think I'm at like Cirque du Soleil or something. What is going on? Let's see. It's the circuitry, yes. So when we look at the energy of this week of gratitude, what we'd love to do is to tune into who you are, who you've come to be, and help you understand. Yeah, turn that light back on. Go for it. We need to put a little light on it all over here. So when we look at who you are and who you've come to be and the energy of gratitude, it's important that you have gratitude for everything around you. Gratitude is what miracles are made of. Gratitude helps you connect and align to destiny. Gratitude rewards you by letting you be in the energy of God. It helps you understand the mission, the purpose. It lets you create from your heart. You see, often we create from the energy of fear or need, necessity, lack, and we don't always come from our place of gratitude because we're looking at what we have to do. But imagine if you woke up in the day and you made gratitude your superpower. Your superpower that says to you, hey, I would love to have an energy inside of us, inside of me, that is surrounding me with gratitude. I would love to have the vibration of gratitude in all that I do. What if when you woke up in the morning, you thought about what you were grateful for? Are you grateful for your friends, for your family, for your job? No, wait a minute before you criticize that job or say, oh, but it's not the job I want, it's not paying me enough. Before you get into the sob story where we have to get out our violin, I want you to be grateful for the fact that you have the job. Because the job is the stepping stone to another opportunity. You know how many times we've all been in a place where maybe we're like, oh my God, where am I? What am I doing? But, you know, you hear that song in the background, she works hard for the money, right? And we're all working hard for the money, and you're like, oh my God, what am I doing? And when we stay in that energy of lack and disappointment and dissatisfaction, and we're not in the energy of gratitude, we're actually pushing away the next opportunity. I remember, it was an interesting time. I remember when I went through a job shift, and it was when I was closing out a chapter of a particular work I was doing in the cosmetic industry, and I needed to get another job. But I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I'm sure many of you can relate. You want to do something. You need to do something. Lord knows we've got to pay the bills. And I didn't know what to do. And I sat there and I was feeling that sense of confusion, that sense of fear, that sense of, I don't know where I'm going, I'm lost, that empty feeling. And it was right around the time I had first met my spiritual teacher. But I was really lost when it came to my career. I had made a change, but I didn't know what the change was meant to bring. So clearly I made a change without a plan. You know, that happens. Sometimes life throws you a curveball. You didn't plan for it. So in this case, I made a change but I really wasn't building any momentum to create my next step. So I want you all to think of where you've been when you didn't know your next step. So I remember my friend Kara. She had come to me and she said to me, "You should get a temp job." I laughed. I was like, "Get a temp job? What am I going to do as a temp? I've been selling cosmetics. I've been in the restaurant business. Who's going to put me in the office? I have people making business proposals for me. I can't do any of that." She said, "Well, just go to the temp agency and see what they have for you." Oh my goodness, I almost didn't go. It took all my strength to go. But I was in that energy of I need to get something done. But I'll tell you how this story changes, because eventually I got in the energy of gratitude and my whole life changed. So I go to the temp agency and they're like, "All right, let's see, what your speed is when you're typing and when you're doing some of this data entry here, and let's see." And I'm thinking to myself, "You got the wrong girl. My nails are too slow to go, too long to go fast, so I don't know what's going to happen." So I thought about it and I was like, "All right, I'll give it my best shot." Before I was even done, she takes everything away from me. So I'm thinking, all right, I failed and I just started. And she looks at me, she says, "I've got the perfect job for you." I was like, "You do? I didn't even finish." She said, "Yeah, I love the way you speak, and I think you'd be great in this company that has people interacting with customer service, and I'm going to recommend that you go over there. As a matter of fact, they're doing training tomorrow." I'm like, all right, I guess I can do that. And so they sent me off to this experience of a call center. Well, that was not what I was expecting. It was grueling, the training. And remember, I had been self-employed, so now they've got me punching into a phone the minute I arrive. If I go to the bathroom, I have to punch out of the phone. I was like, good Lord, all this for $12 an hour. I was like, what is going on? Then I'd say to myself, but you know what, at least I have a job. And people seem nice enough. And I thought, this is my break from life. I'm doing something in between while I decide what my next move in my career is. But I'm keeping everything flowing. Well, I was there for 3 weeks. And I was really fortunate because they gave me a 50-cent raise. I was so excited. Not really, but I was like, all right, 50 cents, we'll take it. And they made me the supervisor of the stereo department. Mind you, I still at that time had my lights flashing on all my gadgets because I couldn't get the date to stay. So you got the wrong person. But of course, I took the training. I know what to tell the people, so I'm doing the job, right? And they gave me the job of being the escalated supervisor call, so I got to hear all the screaming people. Let me tell you, that was so much fun. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, wow, this is a long way from home, Dorothy. I'm like, I need to click my heels. But there was a sense of peace. There was a sense of gratitude. There was a sense of, no, just hold the course, something's coming. That's why I tell you, be grateful for what you have. Because often it's a test of your integrity. It's a test of your faith. It is a test to teach you how to manifest. So I sat there and I did the job. Now, it was a call center that was for offshore outsourcing. It was a call center that handled a lot of customer service calls, Reckitt Benckiser, Bristol Myers. We worked with the Lysol company. We handled all of the energy work for different gas companies. So there was a lot going on there. And as I was working for the stereo company, they said to me, we think you should move over there to that department. So at that point, I'm up for anything. You got me punching into a phone every time I got to go to the bathroom. Why not? Where else can I go in this company? And so I playfully went along with it, thinking, all right, I guess I'm getting another 50 cents. But no, they put me in charge of the Reckitt Benckiser company, which is the Lysol company, and all of the, yes, the fabulous recipe for the string bean onion casserole for Thanksgiving. We got all those phone calls. So right about now, years ago, the phones were ringing off the hook. They put me in charge of the group. So gratitude got me moved up. Then I thought to myself, all the training that I had in cosmetics and motivating people, how could I apply this to the group so that I could meet a level of bonuses they gave me? They didn't just give me an increase in pay. They gave me a bonus. I'm like, you dangle the carrot, I'm jumping. So I said, all right, we're going for it. So I got everybody together in the group that answers the phone, and I said to them, listen, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do a contest for you. We're going to do this on Fridays. We're going to have pizza on Fridays. I'm bringing in food. We're going to do this. But you need to do the following. And I mapped it out for them. In 1 month, their average speed of answer that was over a minute went to the 15 seconds that was necessary, was that what was required by the contract. Maybe it was 10 seconds. I don't know. It's been a while. But whatever was required by the contract, that's what we did. And so everyone was so happy. And then I was even more grateful. What was I grateful for? I was grateful that they believed in me. They saw something in me in a place where it was, to me, the most unlikely place for me to be, and the place that was actually maybe felt like one of the most uncomfortable moments of my life, maybe even a little dark. There was a lot of uncertainty. I didn't really have a plan. That was unusual for me. Any of you relate? And as I was in this wobble, people were recognizing things in me that I think I forgot I had. And suddenly I was making a difference. And from there, they plucked me out of there, and they put me in another position. So essentially, in this 1 year's time, I got my fourth promotion brought me into being a director of sales. That's all in a year. And each one of you, you have a talent. You know, we've talked about gifts here on the show. Each one of you has a treasure from God. And when you accentuate your treasure in gratitude and you're grateful for what God has given you and what you're able to do with your gifts, and you don't compare yourself to other people's gifts because we can never compare, when you're in that energy, something changes. You can't look to see what other people are doing. I never look to see what other people are doing. I just focus on what I need to do. That's a full-time job, doing what I do. So it doesn't matter what other people say. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter if they agree with your career choice. Heck, I didn't even agree with my career choice when I made a move. And oh my goodness, did I feel like the mighty had fallen when I was getting $12 an hour from where I was. But you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And because I was willing, you need to be willing to allow God to work through me and mold me into the person that I needed to be. Not that I wasn't a good person, but I had some lessons to learn. I had some experiences to share and experience with other people. I had new friends to make. I had new goals to accomplish. I was in a place of anything's possible. And that journey is actually the basis of what laid the groundwork, as I've told on this show many times before, that gave me the opportunity to get my next job outside of the company that I was with and that I loved. But they did move to New York right around 9/11, and I was going to State Street and, going under the World Trade Center, well, until there was no World Trade Center, but I was on that path, and I just didn't want to be going into the city at that time. We no sooner moved and everything went crazy. So I had an opportunity to grow. And that gave me the opportunity to now ask for something different, for something more, because now I had a new layer of expertise. Some of you sit in misery in your current job and think you can't do anything else, and that there's nothing there for you, that there's no other possibility, but you're not willing to stretch and grow and try something new. And sometimes you have to take a step back. And you may say to me, but I can't afford to do that. Be grateful for the opportunity to take the step back, trust the universe will provide, and then in gratitude, ask the universe to open up something else that can bring in additional revenue while you're building yourself on your new path. You will get the strength you need to accomplish anything you desire. You just need to be willing. You need to be willing, and you need to learn to believe in yourself in ways that maybe you don't believe. And when you're grateful for every moment, the people at that company changed my life in ways that they'll never know. I'm grateful for those experiences. When I talk about my favorite work experiences, I always reference them. I always reference my boss, Bobby. He was such a good mentor, and he was really good at helping me in the industry I knew nothing of and believing in me. Even if he had a way about him that really he didn't realize what I could do, but he believed in me. And then when I showed him what I could do, he didn't try to push me down, push me aside, or keep me in a particular place. He stepped aside and let me shine. But you need to know where your light is for people to want to help facilitate your light. So many of you are not grateful for who you are and what you have because you're busy comparing yourself to other people. Nobody looks the same. You have your own unique look. You have your own beauty. You have your own way of being. Work with what you have. And the things you can change, change. If you can't change it, then it's the way God wants it. Work with what you have. If you have skills and you need to perfect them, perfect them. It is such a powerful time in our lives when the entire world is changing. The trajectory of the world has changed. And you need to blend in and decide where your place is in this world is going to be. I'm not talking about governmental bodies. I'm talking about the spiritual world, the spiritual changes that are upon us. Are you grateful for your angels? Are you grateful for your guides? Are you grateful for your family? Are you grateful that you have your job, that you have something to eat on your table? Do you bless your food? Are you in this energy of you love the experiences you have? Do you get in your car and say, I love my car, I'm so grateful for my car, I'm so grateful for the fact I have a car that gets me from point A to point B? I always bless my car. I always tell my car I'm grateful for my car. And I know my car loves me. Why do I know that? Because the car has energy. Everything on this planet has energy. Are you grateful for the sun? Do you bless the sun? Do you thank the sun? When you have that first snowfall or that first crisp breath of cool air that hits your face now that the weather's changing. Yes, I know maybe you're like, oh, I'm not ready for the cold. But do you bless the cold, and are you grateful for the cold air that hits your face and lets you know, well, golly gee, I'm alive? Well, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the cold air that keeps me moving and lets me know I'm alive. I'm grateful for the people I meet. I'm grateful for the person who held the door open when I went into the grocery store. I'm grateful for the person who took my shopping cart from the parking lot and brought it back to the food store. What are you grateful for? If you find gratitude in the simple moments of your life, gratitude is going to unlock the door of anything you want. In my most uncomfortable moments, I learned to be grateful for things that I didn't even know were possible. I learned to be grateful for experiences that I actually thought I couldn't handle. And I was grateful for my ability, my persistence, to rise to the occasion and to prove to myself, and of course to earn the opportunity to keep my job, to do the work that they put before me. It wasn't by any means complicated, but it wasn't in my wheelhouse. It was nothing I had ever done before. And it had a structure that I most certainly was not familiar with. So it took a little personality adjustment for me to be like, all right, We're punching in a clock on a phone. This is exciting. And if we're 2 minutes early, we get written up. If we're 2 minutes late, we get written up. They're going to write you up for anything. That was just so structured to me. And it didn't feel right. But that was the only way they could get so many people to conform and do what they needed to do to take care of the clients. I understand that more now. But where are you in your journey? Where have you been all these years? And what do you appreciate the most? And who are the people who helped you along the way? I would not be here if other people didn't believe in me. I wouldn't be here if other people didn't share a common goal and wanted to work for the greater good of humanity, sometimes at the expense of us. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be of service to people. But it doesn't come without a sacrifice. And sometimes you have to be willing to sacrifice something, to let something to go, or make an adjustment in how you think life is supposed to be, so you can step into who you are, and then the universe will give you everything you need. And everything you ever wanted the world to be. So we're going to continue to talk tonight about your superpower, your gratitude. That's the theme for the night. And I'd love to know what you're grateful for here on the Oldies Station. I know I'm grateful for all of you, and I'm grateful for 15 and a half years this month of us hanging out on the radio. And the cool thing is that the radio stations, they keep growing. We keep expanding. We keep touching more lives. And I'm grateful that God is present for all of us. And that nobody really walks alone. And I'm really grateful that I have a center where people can come and feel the energy and receive healing, get messages and guidance and crystals and tools and things that help them on the journey. These things are assisting you on the journey. They don't replace God, but they give us something as humans, tangible and tactical, to hold on to. They give us something to physically do or read so that we can feel like we're connecting and we're putting in the effort, the intention to create with the divine. Well, I have a feeling we're going to create a really spectacular show tonight with all of you. So we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to continue to talk about gratitude and welcome your phone calls all across the nation at 866-972-7247. You're hearing us on 95.3, 95.9, 96.9, 106.9, 104.3 in Miami, and 103.1 HD3 and 104.7 HD3. I tell you, we get around. Stay with us, everyone. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. That's me, Sarah Spiritual. We'll be right back.
People have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WFLM 104.7 HD3 Palm Beach Shores, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies Channel.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next 2 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another 2 hours to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart, the ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost a love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving.
Are you ready to open up a different way of loving one another? Are you ready to have more gratitude? To tune in to the energy of what God has given you? This is a particular time of year where families gather together. But not everybody has a family. Not everybody has a place to go. Some people are alone. Some people don't have enough food. They don't have what they need to prepare for their families. And many people are going through their own share of personal struggles, particularly at this time. But be grateful for what you do have. Be grateful for anything that you have to eat. Be grateful for the experiences. And know that you're not journeying alone. Be grateful for your relatives that have opened the doors for you in your life so that you could have a better life. They paved the way. Your relatives that came from other countries to settle in America. Your relatives that worked hard so that you could have education that maybe they didn't have. We have to look at all the moving pieces. I know, sometimes we get frustrated. We feel like we got a half a bag of lemons, that we didn't get as good a deal as someone else. And other people's lives, I'll tell you, do look easier from the outside. But are they? They're not. You know, that person who smiles all the time, they may have more problems on their plate than you do, but they're grateful. And they're not going to let their problems get them down. Good things come to he who waits. Now, I know I've gotten a lot of phone calls and I've done a lot of readings to know that someone would then say, but I've been waiting a really long time, Sarah Spiritual. So what's the deal? Life has cycles. Some of these cycles are longer than we'd like. So getting back to that time when I was in my call center, before we get into the phone calls here on the station and your Facebook questions, that was a time where I was going through such a tremendous change that I didn't really know what I was going to do. And thank God we had that work opportunity. But leading up to that was that part of that dark night of the soul, that time that you really feel like you're walking alone and you don't have people supporting you. You don't have family. And what I love about what I do now and why I'm so grateful for all of you and having the center, even though it's a big undertaking, I'm grateful because it gives me the opportunity to be the kind stranger to all of you. No matter what you're going through, I hold space, I hold energy, so that we can talk about it and get guidance and help you resolve things. And when things don't resolve as quickly as you'd like, I teach you how to guide the energy and manifest and be patient while the universe is righting things, reorganizing them, righting the wrongs. I used an analogy earlier today. I was working with some clients, and they had this sense of things have to be instantaneous. You do something and the next day your whole life should change. Well, if it was that easy, then where's the spiritual growth? How does God have your attention? You know, God has us all where we're meant to be. And when we need to change, God will either force you out or prompt you to make the move. Either way, you're making a change. And my analogy is that if you wanted to have a baby and you went through whatever you needed to do to get pregnant and now take care of the pregnancy, when you're in month 2 or day 2 of the pregnancy, do you just get frustrated and disappointed and say, but I want the baby now, so God failed me, or I don't have what I want now because it's not happening fast enough? No, you have to go through the gestational period of your life in order to create that baby. In spiritual life, we have a gestational period that is responsible for helping you be in the right place at the right time to have the outcome. You think God didn't hear your prayer? You think your angels lost your number? They didn't lose your number. They're here. They are here, hearing every word you say, looking to shift the consciousness of your life. But they're waiting for you to wake up. They're waiting for you to be appreciative. They're waiting for you to stop being disappointed. They're waiting for you to find joy even though things aren't working out the way you want. They're waiting for you to be willing to grow. And that when someone comes into your life that wants to help you and teach you and show you how you can take yourself from where you are to where you'd love to be, that you're supposed to be grateful. But you have to do the work. If I didn't do the work, if I didn't prove to be, the word spiritual teachers like to use is obedience. You know, they tell you to trust the process. They want you to follow a course of action, do the study, do the meditation, be disciplined. If I didn't follow the course of suggestions my teacher had given me, maybe he wouldn't have continued to share information, and I wouldn't be where I am today. But I was grateful that he was a kind stranger in my life that helped me at a time that I was in a dark place. And he helped me navigate these difficult times and helped me create a new version of life. He taught me how to co-create with the universe. He taught me how to go after what I wanted. He taught me how to shift my energy so I had positive outcomes. That's not to say I wasn't having positive outcomes, but when you're in that wobble place, you question what you can accomplish. He plucked me out of what appeared to be a sinking ship at the moment, put me on dry land, told me go find some things over there in life, and life will take care of you. But you have to trust, and you have to be grateful. And he would give me instructions as to what to pray, what to do. I would do them, and things would continue to change. So we have to be grateful on the journey, and we can't give up hope because it looks like we stalled out. Things will move forward. We can't rush a process that is meant to take a certain amount of time. The certain amount of time is necessary for the resolution of whatever the karmic entanglements are, whatever misstep you took along the way that maybe puts you not in alignment with the plan. So now the universe is nudging everything to come meet you where you're at and prepare a slightly different version of what's there. But you always get what God has for you. No one can take what God has for you. We're coming upon a holiday season that is so important. It's a holiday season that also begins a new season and cycle of, according to astrology, 19 years, 19 plus. So you want to enter this new season, this new way of being, this new planetary positioning in a place of gratitude. We're going to go to our phone lines at 866-972-7247. We're also going to talk to our friends on Facebook in just a minute, so please be sure to put your questions on Facebook. And we're going to go to Michigan. We've got Sade on the line. Sade, how are you?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, Sade. Could you speak up just a little bit, please? I'm having a little trouble hearing you.
Can you hear me now?
A little better, and we'll let them adjust it for us here. And what is your question for us tonight?
I just wanted to know if there are any messages from my spirit guides that they may have for me.
So it's interesting. The energy of love is opening up a door for you. The energy of your ancestors that have gone before you are opening a door for you. They make me feel as if this end of 2023, as I move you into this beginning of 2024 that we had, that it has not been the easiest of years. Is that true?
Yes.
They tell me to tell you, keep on keeping on. There's new beginnings coming for you. They talk to me about your heavy heart. You have a heavy heart at this time. Is that also true?
Yes.
And they also talk to me about loss. You missing someone on the other side. Is that also true?
Yes.
They never leave you, you know. We have this energy of love there. And it's time for you to start your new beginning and make the changes that you've been wanting to make. Is there a potential move that you're looking at?
Great.
Are you planning to move? Yes?
I've been wanting to move out of state.
Good. Keep wanting that. Be grateful for where you are. Be grateful for what you've accomplished. Be grateful for how far you've come. But continue to hold the vision of making a move, because there is a move coming for you. The move is going to be a powerful time for you. Very powerful. It's going to be a time that brings about the changes that you've been waiting for. Sade, your grandmother passed?
Yes, and that's the person that
Yeah, she's with you.
I'm missing.
Yeah, your grandma says she's with you.
I know.
And you were like her baby girl is what she tells me. Is that true?
Yes, she was like a second mother to me.
Well, if you ask her, she's your first mother, but that's okay. You're like her little baby doll, her little Cupid doll. She sees you as so cute and so full of life. And your grandma was a little bit of a spitfire. She got anything done she needed to get done. Good-hearted.
Yes, she was.
But we don't mess with grandma.
No.
And if we got her mad, your grandma was going to throw a shoe across the room. It was going to turn around the corner and hit somebody. So nobody wanted to see that happen, so everybody behaved. But your grandmother knew how difficult it was in this world because she went through her share of hard times. And she tells me that even though you feel down at this time, in many ways, you feel alone, you feel disconnected, you feel financially challenged, she wants you to know that she is coming to help you every step of the way. She also makes me aware of communicating with you. You saw her in a dream, yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. She tells me she communicates with you in the dream state. And she does this so you know she's okay. You know, there's a song Spirit gave me. And it says this. Don't you cry, don't you hide. You've got to live your life, even though you don't see me. I'm right here. So she wants you to know that she's with you. She's not going anywhere. She had to leave the earth because she didn't want to suffer anymore. But she's with you. New job opportunity coming, increase in finances, And you need to hold healthy boundaries for the people that are around you, Sade. All right?
Yes.
Don't let them cross the line. Stand up for yourself. Everything's going to be all right. Sade, before we go, if you would, let me know what are you grateful for. If you would, share with us. What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for my son. I'm grateful to have food. I'm grateful to have a roof over my head for myself and my son. I'm grateful for those people that come into my life and give me the love that I've been giving out.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing your gratitude. We look forward to speaking with you again. And of course, be grateful because Grandma's right there by your side. We trust that we have been of service. We wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. God bless you. Bye for now.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd love to know what you're grateful for tonight on this show of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah at 866-972-7247. We're opening up the phone lines. We'd love to hear from you. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. Then when we come back, and we also have a song that I wanted to share with all of you as well. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your song?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. call right now Sarah Spiritual at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing in a different theater. And the characters, they change like water into wine. Everything comes when the stars align. Do you know me? Do you know me? Have we met before?
We are back here live on Spiritually Speaking, and we're all getting ready for Thanksgiving. Who wants to know my favorite Thanksgiving dessert recipe? Every year we give it out because we've got all new listeners no matter where we go. You're going to get your pens and paper ready because we're going to be giving you the recipe for Death by Chocolate. Yeah, we got something for everybody. Yeah. If we're gonna die, we're gonna die eating chocolate, people. So I want to tell you a very special thank you for all the people who came to our Singing Bowl chakra event. We tuned in and cleared out the chakras, and we did a lot of balancing energy. It was our final class before we go to 2025. Our 2025 schedule will be popping up soon. Our first class begins in early January. It's going to be the class of the century because it's going to really teach you what you need to do to get ready for 2025. You think it's been interesting so far? Fasten your seatbelts, people, because it's going to get real interesting in the world. And that's not something that's meant to be scary. It's meant for you to think of what you want to create. The energy is going to be there. There's so much power there. And when the world starts to twist and turn, you're going to be like, oh, whatever, I've got a plan. God's got my back, and I'm going to keep it moving. I'd love to see you at my Expedito Enlightenment Center at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. There you'll find quite the array of spiritual gifts and products, books, incense, oils, crystals, statues. We've got so much there at the center. And it's a great place to pick up a fabulous holiday gift. So you're considering doing some holiday shopping. We've got this fabulous energy of products that are great for people for their spiritual practices, great for a gift for their home. We've got wonderful opportunities for you to give a gift certificate so that you could give the gift of a personal reading. This is going to be a great holiday season, and I would love to be a part of it. And we have quite the array of happenings in 2025, so I sure hope you visit sarahspiritual.com and see what we've got coming up. And one of the main things we've got coming up is our New Year's collection. We have a New Year's kit. That New Year's kit is everything you need to toast in the new year. We've got an oil, we've got a spray, we've got a bath, we've got a magical, mystical crystal. We've got a wonderful message gift that is something you have the ability to download onto your iPad, your phone, or perhaps you want to use this external drive, that you have flash drive that you can put in and use that to download the messages. And we have everything you need to create a petition We have a beautiful candle holder, as well as a petition paper to write what your intentions are for the New Year's. So that is our New Year's kit. We'll put those pictures up in just a minute. I know they're busy catching up on some things behind there. And then we have our forecast session. Do you want to know what 2025 holds for you? Do you want to know about your career life? Do you want to know about the best crystals? Do you want to know what guides are with you, what angels are with you? Do you want to come to understand how to work in the energy of 2025 and what your message is from your guides and your angels, and so much more? This is a jam-packed New Year's experience. You can learn more about this at sarahspiritual.com. The readings for the New Year's begin after December 15th, so I would love to connect with you and tell you what 2025 holds for you. And then you can bundle it up. You can take your New Year's kit. You could take your New Year's forecast. You can put it together and save even more money and get a collection, and that collection is going to be a powerful way to tune in and tap into your new year. Well, we're going to go visit our friends on Facebook and on YouTube and pull a question or two, and then I've got some surprises for you as far as music is concerned, and we've got our Death by Chocolate recipe. So let's see who we've got on our Facebook and our YouTube page. Let's see who we have here. I know I was reading some conversations in the feed as well. So let's see, do we have those questions for me on Facebook? I don't know, we have a jam up on phone calls.
Yeah, I got 20 people phoning at the same time.
So they're trying to do the phone calls. Okay, great. All right, so we have Anne. Anne is on our Facebook page. Thank you, Anne, for following the show. I know you follow our show weekly. We appreciate that. I'm grateful for you, Anne, for being a part of our Facebook conversation. And sometimes when I close my eyes, ooh, it's going to be a good one. I close my eyes. I see yellow, I see purple, I see pink, I see colors. Why, she wants to know. And she gives me her birthday, and she wants to know any message from Spirit. So you are seeing the colors of the prisms of the energy, and that is the portal. It's almost like a kaleidoscope that then once you get past the colors, you're opening up, girl. You're opening up spiritually. Things are coming through for you. This is the opportunity for you to just pop open into your higher self, your spiritual self, your psychic self. Know your angels are with you. They want you to know that, and they are standing by your side. It is a powerful time for you, Miss Anne, and this kaleidoscope will lead to a lot of psychic messages as you continue to develop. Purple is your ascension and transformation. Pink represents love. Yellow is your solar plex, is going to open up this energy of your power and taking back your personal power. So, Anne, thank you so much for your Facebook question. We greatly appreciate that. And those of you who are working on calling, I know they've got a little jam on the phone lines, but pick up the phone at 866-972-7247. Let's see if we can pull one more question from Facebook, please. Let's see who we've got here. And we've got Marissa Lee. She says, oh, will I find my fur baby? Oh, here we go, Marissa Lee. Now you're going to have Sarah Spiritual up at night. When I hear fur baby's missing, I'll get a little upset here. So, will you find your fur baby? Based on where you are in the journey, my guides are telling me, yes, you're going to find your fur baby. So, Sweetie Lee is your fur baby. So, we're going to ask the angels, we're going to ask St. Francis to return Sweetie Lee so that you can find Marissa Lee, your Sweetie Lee. And this is meant to happen, so we're going to ask the universe to expedite this so that you don't have to worry. I know you're very worried, but from what I can see, Sweetie Lee is all right, so we're going to ask the universe to bring back Sweetie Lee, and ideally we are in gratitude that Sweetie Lee can make it back for Thanksgiving, and we put this out to the angels and know that St. Francis is going to help you as well. 866-972-7247. I was just here on Facebook here, and let's see here, I'm just kind of looking here, and we are looking into this, and so Marie Maria says, I have no job right now, but I'm grateful the Lord is with me. So Maria says that because I just want to draw attention to that before I go to my next question from Tia Scott on Facebook. But I want to draw attention to this because Maria's following exactly what I'm asking you all to do. She is in this space of she's not where she wants to be. She doesn't have a job. But even though she doesn't have a job, she's in gratitude because she knows that she's going to be delivered from that. And everything's going to be okay. So we want you to know that you will find work coming soon, Maria, so just trust that experience. And when I look at the energy, I see that there's going to be an opportunity coming for you. End of year, beginning of the year, there is work coming. So we're going to hold that vision for you, and we thank you for your gratitude to God. I've got Tia Scott here, and she was saying, she goes, she spoke with me before, and she's like, her godson's mother's birthday, and she gives me all this information, and she says, I haven't seen him since she took him. When will I see him? So Tia Scott, I do see you seeing him, but remember, I believe I said to you last week that it's going to take a little while. Right now, the mother of the baby is exercising her power, and she's just trying to control the situation. It's almost like she wants to punish you, even though you were the one who was there for your godson. I do not feel that the mother is a great person to be around the baby, so I know that your godson, we will send our prayers for your godson. Not that I see any danger, but I do feel that your godson really needs to be returned to you, so we're going to ask that the universe delivers him back. So I do feel that you will get to see him. I know we'd love to see him for the holidays. I feel like her plan is to keep him away from you. I don't say that to you to make you sad. I say that so that you can hold the space and the energy to have that happen and ask God to assist you in that, but not worry about anything other than it will happen in the perfect time, all right? So we thank you, Tia Scott, for your Facebook question. We greatly appreciate you. All right, we're going to let them settle out on the phone lines here, and at 866-972-7247, we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, I've got a special song for you, Love's Open Door, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know me?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center.
I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
And we are back here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And you know, when planets make a major change, stuff goes crazy. Yes, indeed. Everybody of you who were on hold, we couldn't get you to me. Like, you called, and you went into the limbo. And so now, we had to reset everything. So that means if you were on hold, we lost you. But I know you're coming back because you got questions. Spirit's got answers. And we're welcoming your phone calls back at 866-972-7247. They got here. You talked to everyone on the other side of the wall in the other room, but they couldn't get the call to me for me to answer the call. But as I promised, well, they're solving world phone peace out there. That's not my job, right? Remember, I'm the girl from the call center. Couldn't get her lights to stop flashing, but I was the supervisor. But I know better than supervise the people here at the radio station. They know what they're doing. I stick to what I know. And I know the Spirit always answers our questions. But there's an interesting thing that happens for me. My spirit guides come through me in this flush of energy, and they write a song. So I wanted to play for you a song called Love's Open Door because I'd forgotten about this song. I've written over 300, so it's easy to forget about the songs. And the interesting thing about the songs is I can't duplicate the song. The song comes through me, and as it's coming through me, they're giving me the words, they're guiding my hands on the piano, they're giving me how they want me to present the song, what notes they want me to sing, how long they want me to hold a note, how high they want me to go. They give me all of that. And I just know to hit record. So I hit record on my phone, and this is what we get. A song like this. So I'm going to introduce you to Love's Open Door, and we are happy for you to hear Love's Open Door channeled by Sarah Spiritual, a gift from Spirit. So let's take a listen. Yes, indeed. Loves Open Door. Can you imagine just sitting there and Spirit says, go sit down at the piano, Sarah Spiritual. We got a song for you. Just never know what's going to come out of my mouth. Yes, indeed. And they fixed my phone lines. Well, Lord Jesus, I'm grateful for that. It's an interesting night, yes, indeed. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful because all of these years of hanging out with all of you has taught me to know that anything, and I mean anything, can happen on live radio. It's always fun, and that's why we have all these different things that we can do no matter what. But I came in with the intention of playing this song because I was reminded by a post made by Helena. She shared it. All of my songs are on YouTube. Well, no, not all, but a good portion of them are on YouTube under Sarah Spiritual, so follow Sarah Spiritual and go take a listen to some of the songs that Spirit has channeled through me. It's a message for the masses. Sometimes it was something that was relatable to things I was going through, but think about that two people could open love's open door and go through and live their life the way they want, right? But you have to be willing to take that chance, and that was Spirit's message to all of us. And I was reminded when this got posted on Facebook, Helena had shared it, and those of you listening, it's Helena's birthday. She's not with us in the feed, but we want to wish Helena a very happy birthday. And we are very excited that she's celebrating another trip around the sun, and we're glad to have her be a part of our classes and, of course, a part of this show on our Facebook feed and chatting with all of you. We're grateful for our staff. They solved the problem out there, so we thank everyone. We thank Isabel we're grateful for Isabel answering the phone calls, and of course, we're always grateful that Freddie's in the feed telling you, time to call, the lines are open. So now the lines are open and we've got everything going. Let's see, we've got to go to Sherry baby in Pompano. Hello, how are you, Sherry? Good to talk to you. Welcome. Sherry, are you there? I do not hear you, Sherry.
Hi, I hear you.
Oh, you hear me,
Hello.
but I got to hear you, honey. After all this
You hear
crazy
me?
on radio, I hear you now. Thank you. So, Miss
Okay,
Sherry,
great.
good to have you connecting with us here tonight. What is your question for us?
Well, it's crazy, but I can't get it off my mind. Recently, I've been losing things, and I know that they're here, and I'm so stressed at trying to find them, like my keys to my storeroom and some jewelry, some rings, both of which I put someplace special so I wouldn't lose them, so of course I can't find them.
You know, we've all done that, Sherry, so you're not alone in that. So it's like, that
Right.
password you swear you won't forget for this special account that you
Yes,
do, and then you
exactly.
didn't write it down because, of course, you named it after a pet, and now for the life of you can't remember if there's an exclamation point, a number 2, a 7. Who the heck knows, right? So we've all been there, Miss Sherry.
Right.
We're going to ask St. Francis, the patron saint of lost objects, to assist you. The jewelry, you put it in a safe place, but I feel like it's in something that's in something. It's like in a box that's in a box that's in the back of something. Okay? That's where I see it. So do you usually keep things tucked in a drawer somewhere, like behind something, so nobody else can see it or find it?
Well, it's funny because I moved here about 2 years ago, so I have a lot of bins and packing and stuff that I haven't gone through yet, but I don't think it's in those. I don't
No,
know.
you took it
I don't
out.
really have.
You took it
I
out.
just recently took every drawer, every closet, every box out, opened every single thing I could find.
Okay. It's in a box in a box.
I needed. Right, I've got a lot of boxes.
Okay.
I
It's
need
in
a
a
little
box
more
in a
direction.
Well, honey, if we got a lot of boxes, Sarah Spiritual may be psychic, but I am not the psychic jewelry bloodhound, I got to tell you. But I do see it in something dark, so it's in a box, okay? That's what they tell me. But I know if you
Okay.
pray to St. Francis is going to help you. I learned a prayer from
Okay.
St. Francis when I was a little girl, only because it was on the outside of a book. And it said, if by chance this book should stray into other hands someday, dear St. Anthony, I pray, bring it back without delay, right? So St. Anthony. Did I say St. Francis before? St. Anthony.
Yes.
Okay. I have the lost cat still on my mind from our Facebook question.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm still thinking about poor Marissa and her cat missing and little baby Lee. So St. Anthony. So St. Anthony, the patron saint of missing objects. So I'm so glad I said my prayer so I would make that correction. St. Anthony. So ask St. Anthony that since the keys seem to have strayed, since the jewelry seems to be out of the way, please bring these things back to you without delay. The keys to the storeroom, is it possible that you use something and then you put it in a pocket or a pocket book, please?
I don't know.
When was the last time you went to that storeroom? Not too long ago?
Well, a long time ago, but I cleaned out a drawer, and these keys were in a bunch of stuff with other things, which I have now sectioned off and put them where they belong, and then all of a sudden the keys aren't there, and I don't even remember where I put them, whether I put them in a special place, if they got lost, I don't know. But I had them like a month ago.
Okay, yeah, I know you saw them not too long ago, and I don't think they're lost.
I
don't see them as lost. Everything you're looking for is in your house, and I believe that you're going to find them in the next 7 days. So take the pressure off and just begin again. And
when you pray,
have you ever used
how often do you do it?
Have you ever used a pendulum? Do you know what a pendulum is? Okay.
Yes.
So if you don't have a pendulum, you can use I know we're missing jewelry, but find a piece of jewelry that has like a heavy piece, a circular piece, or something that's like a pendant, right? That has a little weight to it if you don't have a pendulum. And I want you to hold it with some semblance of a thicker chain, okay? And I want you to hold it from the top, and I want you to kind of rub your hands on it, and I want you to pray, and I want you to ask your guides and your angels and St. Anthony to help you find your missing objects. So what you're going to do with this necklace that we're going to use as a pendulum is you're going to ask it to be the conduit of the energy to help you identify where to look for these missing objects. What corner, what room, what aspect of the boxes, where do we go, right? So you're going to hold it up in your hand, and you're going to ask it to, you're going to call in your guides and angels, you're going to ask the pendulum to move and show you which way is yes and which way is no. And it may go back and forth one way and then back and forth horizontally. It may turn clockwise and then turn counterclockwise. And you ask it to, and it'll move on its own. And if you make the connection with spirit, and so as you make that connection, it'll go to the right for yes, to the no for the left, which is counterclockwise, or front and back for yes, or horizontal for no. You establish what works. And then you, with prayer and intention, you go to a corner of the house and you say, is my missing, you got to start with one thing, don't ask them for both. So you say, is the missing jewelry here in this corner? Please give me a yes or no. St. Anthony, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, my guardian angel, be with me. Is it here? And then you see if you get a yes or a no. Then you go move to your next spot. You move to your next spot, and you move to your next spot.
Okay.
And that should help you narrow it down. That's what I do when I get myself in a pickle. I've been in a few pickles.
Yeah, this is very rare for me, so it's very frustrating.
I understand. But I do feel you're going to find them. They're there somewhere, and you're going to go, Jiminy Crickets. But do check your pockets of something that you might have been wearing or something. You know, maybe you took them and said, oh, I'm going to probably go back there in the next month, so let me just put them in my pocket, or let me just stick them in my purse in this little zipper pouch. Just check, okay?
Right. Okay, great.
Sherry, what are you grateful
Sarah,
for before we go? What are you grateful for?
I'm sorry.
What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful. I am so grateful for so many things, that I'm still alive, I'm still living, still healthy, I'm going strong.
And so it is.
And for the love of people around me.
Beautiful, yes. Thank you so much. We wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. God bless you, and we know St. Anthony will help you find your missing items. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye.
Thank
866-972-7247. Oh, Jiminy Crickets, I just took a look at the clock, and we got to take another brief break. If you're on hold, please don't go anywhere. If you haven't picked up the phone, guess what? You can get to me, Sarah Spiritual. Stay with us, everyone. Don't go away. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on the Oldies Station. It's the week before Thanksgiving, and gratitude is your superpower. We'll be right back.
And we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
WSFS 104.3 HD3 Miramar, WFLM 104.7 HD3 Palm Beach Shores, and heard in Broward on 96.9 FM, Boca Raton on 95.3 FM, West Palm Beach on 95.9 FM, and in Martin County on 106.9 FM. We are South Florida's home for the True Oldies channel.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the next hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussion to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in 866-9-SARAHs. That's 866-972-7247. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart, the ways that worked before.
Right, we are back here live on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and the ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. Well, I think we all figured that out, and here we are, closing out 2024, and soon I'll be answering that very popular question: what does 2025 have for me? It's going to be interesting, but be sure to sign up for my forecast at sarahspiritual.com. There we can have a personal adventure as to what 2025 holds for you. And we cover a myriad of topics, and we are going to explore so many powerful things for you. Things that you couldn't even imagine have value to your energy and manifesting in your year. We're going there. And we've got our New Year's kit. This is a fabulous collection of products that I have designed to help you in the manifesting ritualistic process. This kit is combined with our forecast in one of our packages, so that's a great New Year's package, or you can buy the kit alone, and that is a fabulous product as well. Go to sarahspiritual.com, and there you will learn more about all the goodies that are in our bag. I've got to go back to our phone lines. We've got people holding, and they're going to tell us stories about how they lost us and we lost them, and but that's all right. We are found. And so I have just found my way to Coconut Creek. I've got Tracy on the line. Tracy, how are you tonight?
A huge fan. I'm not telling any of those stories. I'm just so glad that I got through.
Well, thank you so much, Tracy. We appreciate your listening to the show. We appreciate your calling in. And, you know, round and round Tracy goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. That's what my spirit guides are saying, because you have been going through your major evolutionary process for yourself and moving up in the world, so to speak. Yes, you're trying to get some recognition and advancement. Is that something you're working towards right now, Tracy?
Yes, ma'am.
There's a project on your plate. Yes, are you in charge of a project, a major project, something that you're putting together right now?
I am. A couple.
Good. And one of them is, one of those projects that they say, oh, Jiminy Crickets, this could really make a difference and maybe even put me on the map and get me recognized and get me my ruby red slippers and I can click and get the heck out of here and change my life. You got one of those projects in the making, my dear. And so my guides let me know that that is in process. And the cool thing is that when I look at this energy, I feel as if the journey that you've been on, like last year when I look at last 2023, such a blur since 2020, but when I look at 2023, I sit here and say, wow, you went through like a remake, a jump start, almost like a sense of challenge, and you had to rise above things to get yourself where you are now in these past 14 months or so. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
And when I then take you back, and I really have to go back to 2014, 13 into 14, this was a time of change that was meant to build some momentum. Now, personally and spiritually, you have grown tremendously. And when I look at what comes for you, 2025 is really a year, the closer we get to your birthday, the closer we get to power for you, your personal power. But I have to watch something with you. You don't give yourself enough credit. No. This is a year.
Okay, yes, you're right.
Self-care, self-worth, and that song, I am woman, hear me roar in numbers too big to ignore. We got to get you going, honey.
I do.
You've got to step into who you are. And that song means something to you, yes?
Yes, but this is the second time you sang to me, so this is incredible. So I really feel connected. Thank you.
You're welcome. And it is time for you to just grow. What is your question for me, please, Tracy?
I'm kind of feeling stagnant now, and what I'm doing is kind of self-mow, and it's just kind of, cut, copy, and paste. And I'm looking to make it different, and you just kind of validated that.
Yeah, it's breakout. It's breakout time. But you have to complete a couple of things that are on your plate right now because they solidify your work, they solidify the value, they look good on paper, and they give you permission, almost like a platform to say, look at me and look at what I accomplished, and that's why I'm a good candidate to do this. And then you become the leader, the person who helps to mentor, to guide. You become the person who is the expression of experiences that have molded you, and you share that information with other people, and then you begin to pay it forward, you see. So this stagnation is simply the holding pattern. I go back to the analogy I started with in the beginning of the show when I was trying to explain to someone the manifestation process, and it's not that we want what we want and we can't have it. It's just some things in manifestation have a gestational process. And in that gestational process, sometimes we feel stagnant because we want the end result. We want the baby, or we want the job, or we want the next career, or we want the next element of life that's happy and powerful. And we're just stuck in the routine of life, and we can't seem to find our way out. So in the waiting process, while God is lining everything up, what I say to you, Tracy, is it's so important and so powerful for you to stay in the energy of gratitude and be grateful for all the things that have led you to where you are and all the tools that you have acquired that will be empowering to you when you do your revamp, your redesign, and your revamp and your redesign becomes really full aligned in 2025, and it builds momentum, January, February, and it's going on and on and on, right? So it's like, I think I can, I think I can, I am. And that takes us to where we want to go. Now, I'm also seeing travel for you, Miss Tracy. You have a trip coming?
I don't, but I really, that was one of my questions in the back of my head that I did not say out loud, that I would like to go somewhere. I just can't decide. I really would like to see whales or dolphins or northern lights, but I mean, time of year, I would like to go somewhere.
All right. Well, February is a lovely time to see the whales and the dolphins in Hawaii.
Oh, okay. I'm ready.
All right. It's not the Northern Lights, but it's a good trip. So
It's
you
half.
could do
It's
that.
half of the bucket.
Okay. So manifest. Tell the universe this
I
is what I
will.
need to fulfill this. Otherwise, you'll catch the Northern Lights. I would imagine in the summertime. Go to Alaska. Go see a whale. Go see Shamu. Go do whatever you got to do.
All
We'll all
right.
be there
That
for
sounds
you.
great. I'm
All
so
right.
grateful for your intuition and for taking my call. I was hoping that I was able to get through today.
Well, thank you so much, and we apologize for any phone snafus. It's just been an interesting night, but we thank the planet Pluto for moving over into the age of Aquarius, and it's the age of technology, and apparently technology didn't get the memo.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye for now. 866-972-7247, and we've got to go to Mary Ellis, and Mary Ellis is in Clearwater. Mary Ellis, how are you?
I'm doing good, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's time for you to pop. Snap, crackle, and pop. My guides are telling me that you need to pop out of the box. We need to step into your other side of creativity here, because we're going to break out of some of your patterns. Like our other caller, you are caught in your own routines as well. And this is meant to be a powerful year for you to begin to get ready to make change. And that change is going to be about really tuning into the people around you and asking the right people to be a part of what you want to create. Does that make any sense to you?
It does. Yes, it does.
And are we considering making a move?
Everything's kind of up in the air. I've thought about it and trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be, where I need to be, and kind of just going through the motions right now, and felt like I was trying to survive, but I feel like I'm ready.
You
for
will
whatever
move.
the universe has for me.
You're moving. I see a move, and the move should come by or around your birthday, so just be ready to make a move. You have to do the due diligence behind the scenes, but I clearly see energy of change, and I want you to be the director of change so that change doesn't come upon you and catch you off guard. It has not been the easiest of journeys for the past 4 years. Is this correct?
Yes, yeah, very on point.
And this too shall pass. I know it's been a long time, and if anybody's tired, honey, you're real tired, and I understand that. But your guides and your angels are with you, and there's a great gratitude from the other side for all that you've done for your loved ones that have passed on as well. Mary Ellis, what is your question for me here tonight?
That was one of my questions. Are any of my loved ones around me from the other side? And just, a friendship that I've, come upon that's really become important to me. And the way we kind of met throws me off and kind of makes me hesitant in continuing the friendship. But the more I get to know this person, the more I enjoy her company. I just want to make sure that that's the right choice. And
do you know her
birthday?
birthday?
I did.
What's her birthday?
Yes, I do know her birthday. It is 12. Let me make sure. It's 12/16/77.
Okay. So she keeps you on your toes. She's strong, but yet she can be a lot of fun. And that's one of the things you like about her, yes?
Yes.
You were feeling alone and lonely before this friend came in, right? We didn't really have the right people around us, and this person kind of brought you a bit of energy into your life, yes? Kind of helped you change it up a bit while you're trying to decide where to go, because you're feeling a little lost, yes?
Yes.
Female energy, other side, maternal side of the family, someone mother-like is how she presents herself to you. Does this connect with you, please?
Yes, I have my mother and my grandmother over there.
Mother-like, so it makes me feel like it's mom, okay? She's very mothering here. That's what I said. They express gratitude because I feel like mom is grateful for you and grateful for what you have done. And you also have been a very steady person for the family and people have counted on you. Is that also true?
Yeah.
And
it's
you
exhausting sometimes.
It's exhausting, I know. And, you give to others before you give to yourself, and that also becomes a problem.
Yes.
The mom sends you much love. Grandmother's energy is there, but she's not stepping forward to me. But I know this is a particular time where you most certainly are going to miss their presence. And just know that they are at peace. And is there an A connected to your family, please? They're giving me the letter A. Who's that?
Alicia, well, that's my grandmother and my aunt. My aunt's still alive. My grandmother's on the other side.
Okay, so that's Grandma coming through. See, the minute I say she's not coming through, she's like, oh, no, Sarah Spiritual, I'm coming through. It's an A. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna get the letter A here. Thank you, Grandma. So she's with you, all right? Just know that you're not alone, and we want you to know that she's with you. I want you to really focus on you in these next few months. Focus on you and what you want to do. And even though you say, well, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just going through routine, just say, okay, but if I didn't have to worry about anything, what would I love to do and what could I do? That's what I want you to focus on. All right?
Am I staying, when you say move, do you see it in the same area that I'm in or somewhere completely different?
That's up to you. Right now I feel like you're going to stay in the area, but you're just kind of like revamping yourself. When I look at the energy of your friends, I just, I feel like it's nice to have someone that you can hang out with right now, so I think it's important for you not to go too far, at least for a temporary move, all right?
Okay.
And I also get the sense, and this is why Mom came through, I feel like your mom, your grandma, I feel like they sent your friend to keep you company because you were feeling so alone. All right.
Yes.
Well, I hope I've been of service to you tonight. If you could tell us, what are you grateful for?
My daughter and my friend.
Then be in that energy of gratitude. Know that the angels will never leave you. You are and always will be supported. Ask the universe for what you want. Trust the experience. God helps he who helps himself. So take the actions necessary to make the changes and watch your world make a major shift in 2025. We thank you so much. Is this your first time listening to the show or calling in?
Second time.
Okay. Well, we welcome you and we appreciate you. Thank you so much. We're grateful for you and your call. Good night and God bless you.
Thank you, Sarah. Good night.
You're welcome. Well, from Clearwater, Florida, I've got to go to South Carolina. I got Linda on the line. Linda, how are you?
Hello.
Hello, Linda.
Hello?
You're going through your own share of twists and changes. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
I don't know what's going on, but it seems like you're another person who's been going through a lot this past year, and you're ready to clear out your energy because you feel like the whole world caved in on you, and you don't know how to get yourself up and out. Is that also true?
You're exactly right.
And I also feel like when I stretch the finances, we stretch, and the rubber band just broke, so we're out of stretching, and we don't know what we're going to do either. Is that also true, Linda?
You're exactly right, Miss Sarah. Everything you're saying is hitting dead on the head. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, Miss Linda, what is your question for me? How can I best help you tonight?
Miss Sarah, you have helped me for the years. I've been following you for about 5 or 6 years now, and you have helped me in so many ways you don't even know. Mm-hmm. But what I want to know is things going to get better. I bought a house and never knew what I had no family, Miss Sarah. It's just me and my puppy dog. She's my best friend. She's my daughter. But I had no family. It's just me and her. But really, God has showed me how to be humble And I just want to know, is it going to get better? Because I've had really people take advantage of me, Miss Sarah.
Yeah, it's challenging when people think that you don't know any better. Yes.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
we've got
They
a lot
took
of
my
things.
cars, they took everything.
Yeah. And and basically they're taking over your life. Yes.
Yeah, they tried. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
But I'm doing good. God has made me humble, but I still got my puppy dog, and I just want to know, am I in the right place, Miss Sarah, or I'm getting my disability? Do I need to sell this place and move? I mean, I don't know what to do. I have no family. It's just me and her. I need advice.
Well, it is actually, by the time we get to your birthday, it would be a good time to move. So you're going to stay the course for a little bit. Let's complete the disability process, because that would just mess up all the paperwork right now to make a move. Let's see if we can close out this disability so that you can have that, and then you can make the move that you need.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank
But you've
you
got to
so
be
much.
careful who you let in your house and
get my
around
stuff
your
back?
business and your finances.
Will I get my stuff back, Miss Sarah? I mean, this girl, I thought she was really my best friend, and she just come in and she got my car, she took everything, and I give it to her to hold while I went to get better, and she went and just put them in her name, and I was an alcoholic, Miss Sarah, but I went to go get better, and she just devoted. She just put in her name, and I really learned how to be humble now, because, I mean, I don't have no food, no power, no cars. I'm waiting on disability. I'm very sick, Miss Sarah.
Well, that's a lot, right? No food, no power. Okay. You have your puppy, so I understand that. But it's also starting to get cold. Did you file a police report?
Yes, ma'am. I've got a detective working on the case. They done a hand analysis from where she went and put my stuff in her name. Yes, ma'am.
Which is fraud, which takes time. So stay in touch with me. You're on Facebook with us, yes?
Ma'am.
All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Keep us posted. We've got a great listening audience, and you just never know who's listening out there in our listening audience. Even though lots of people are going through things who may want to do something to help you in the meantime. You just never know, honey. So
I just need your prayers, Miss Sarah, and just please keep in touch with me, because I don't have no family. It's just me, and I'm very scared, and I don't know what to do, and I don't want to make the wrong move.
Yeah. Understood.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and we will definitely pray for you, and we will be in touch. All right? Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, Miss Sarah.
You're welcome.
God.
Bye. Those are the calls that we get here on the radio, that it's in the power of all of us. Because if it weren't for the kindness of strangers, where would you be? Where would I be? Especially this time of year. We see these opportunities to donate to people. But I guess we don't really know where our food goes. We donate it to the food bank, and we know it goes to people. We know that. But, sometimes when you hear someone's story and they've made their mistakes, but in the process of trying to change their path, other people see them as in their weakness, and they take advantage of them when they're down and bring them down further. It takes a lot of courage not to give up and go back to your old ways when you're pretty much down in the dumps. And I know many of you listening, you've been through your own trials and tribulations. So remember that courage is something that comes to you when you are in gratitude and you ask for assistance and you surrender to God. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then I promise we've got phone calls on the board, and I got the phones ringing, and we're just not going to miss a beat, because we got it together here on the Oldies Station. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 866-9-SARAHS. That's 866-972-7247.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
You are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual, at 866-9-SARAHS. That's toll free, 866-972-7247. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know me. Every soul has its story, like a movie playing in a different theater. Characters, they change like water into wine, and everything comes when the stars align.
Everything comes when the stars align, right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on the Oldies Station. So glad that you join us on 95.3, 95.9, 96.9, 106.9, 104.3 in Miami, and 104.7 HD3, as well as 103.1 HD3. We are so glad to be connecting with all of you. We've got callers on the board, And don't forget, I'm going to give you my famous Death by Chocolate recipe in just a little bit. I've got to go to Maria, and Maria is in Vermont. Maria, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Good to connect with you, Maria. Thank you so much. What is your question for us here tonight?
Oh, God, there's so much going on. I know with everybody, not just me, it's hard to find one question, but
yes,
I thought if I could just start with a dream that I had twice.
Interesting.
Do you
Yes,
do a
go
kind
ahead.
of dream interpretation thing?
I do everything.
Well, it's fall, of course, and up here all the leaves are down off the trees, so we're all looking at bare branches. But I've had this dream twice that I went outside and it was so warm that the everything's blooming again.
Mm-hmm.
And I would specifically look at these branches, which were kind of like my rhododendrons, but they actually keep their leaves. And there's little tiny like micro flowers blooming on them. And I think to myself, wow, it's so warm. Everything's blooming again because it's a warm fall. And I had this dream twice. I think they were pink in color.
So the first thing that I hear when I hear you talking about your dream is Spirit says, yes, you're going through your version of a soul transformation, almost a dark night of the soul where things are just a little more than you can bear, but they want you to know that this season of difficulties and challenges and uncomfortability, that this is going to pass, and you're going through a rebirth, and you're going to rebirth yourself and have a fresh new beginning, like a springing into action kind of energy. And so whatever's got you down and troubled, it's temporary, and there's regrowth coming, there's warmth coming, things are going to bounce back from where you are. Does that make sense to you?
It does, because, there's stuff going on, but I don't feel freaked out about it. I'm trying to just focus more on my faith and knowing that in the end it will be all right.
Yes, well, faith helps us overcome the energies that try to bring us down and create fear. And the powerful thing here for you is that this year is really a year for you to be very inspired and very looking to change up the people that are in your circle, looking to focus on a strong community and tribe of people that are like-minded and are in this positive mode, and recognizing who's been weighing you down and what's been weighing you down so that you can make the changes that you need. And we're getting ready to fast forward you for the next 2 years, and the next 2 years are really about bringing you financial growth, increase, financial transformation. It's really bringing you a large shift in your financial picture, which also feels like that's one of the things that you've been juggling. Is that also true?
Yeah, mostly juggling in my mind. I'm in between jobs right now, but I want to start my own business, and I'm thinking, since I haven't gotten a new job, maybe I should just start focusing on that now.
Yes.
But then, you're waiting for money to come in, you got stuff you need it for, and blah, blah, blah.
Yes, but why wait? And why are you going to be in the barren season where there's no leaves when the universe is clearly telling you there's a rebirth coming for you? Everything's going to be green, fresh, and alive. You're going to be an entrepreneur and making money. Why do we want to wait to go back to the same old, same old? I know, we're moving on in life. We want to make sure we have enough money to retire. Blah, 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 blah. No, we're not going to give that power. We're going to tell yourself a new story. Put your intention, your excitement to build a new community so that you can build a business and move yourself forward in that direction. And if something pops up in the way of work that's even part-time, just to supplement while you're growing, you'll consider it.
Yeah.
Move yourself in the direction of what you desire.
I understand.
It's coming. It's going to be a good year, even if it is getting a little chilly in Vermont.
Yeah.
And let me ask you, Maria, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for my health, my house, my pets. Yeah, I'm doing okay.
You're doing more than okay. You've got a lot of powerful things coming for you. Trust the process.
Trust the process, right?
All right, honey.
Okay.
God bless you. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to hear what business you
Thank
create coming into 2025.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
Thank you.
866-972-7247. I've got to go to Charlotte. Charlotte's in Boca. Charlotte, how are you?
How are you? Wow, what a great show this is tonight. I'm learning a whole lot that I could definitely apply to my situations.
Well,
so thank you
good.
for that.
My pleasure. And I will tell you that girl, you have just come into your own this year. This 2025 is your time to shine. It is going to be like a new venture for you, something having to do with self-expression and business and connecting with people and networking and literally putting yourself out there. And, it's time to get yourself enthusiastic. It is meant to be a powerful financial year, powerful financial transactional year is having to do with work, career, but something that has creativity tied to it, not just we're going to go work. No. Those days are not in alignment with you anymore. It's time for you to find your expression and to create. So writing, expressing in that way, communications, networking, working with people on projects, getting things off the ground, and you being the focal point is going to be most beneficial for you. People support that which they help to create. So you're part of growing activities, and there's activities for yourself that my guides tell me are meant to grow. Activities that are meant to connect you with people, and then in the end is going to bring beneficial finances to you. They also keep putting a pen in my hand. So is there something that you're writing or planning to put together, please, in the form of writing?
In the form of writing, no. Okay. I am waiting for a workers' comp suit to come my way, and it's supposed to happen mid-December. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. And I'm waiting for an some amount of money on that, and I'm
so
hoping that there's
in my hand, so...
negative attachments onto that.
Okay.
But writing, I'm not sure.
But they put a pen in my hand, so that may be you signing. You're going to have to sign off on something, yes? Because they're showing me a pen, and they're
maybe on that.
Yeah. So there's something you have to sign. There's something having to do, and this is the perfect time for finances to come in for you. You're in perfect alignment, even though we're not going to be attached to the outcome, nor the story that took you out. But that's a whole other story. But we'll let it go because the universe has big plans for you in 2025. Charlotte, what is your question for me, please, here tonight?
Well, you really just started to hit on a lot of it because when you and I spoke the last time, many months ago, I said I was worried about losing my job, and you kind of told me that it probably will happen. You also told me the time frame, and it was exactly on point. So I've been out of work since June. And I guess my question is, even though you're talking about for 2025 creativity and networking and everything, I need a job. I have money saved, and if this other money comes in, I'll be okay. But what do you see for me as far as actually getting a job where someone's going to pay me while I do all that creativity things that you just spoke to? Does that make sense?
Yes. So one of the things people rely on you is you're very organized, very project-driven, very detail-orientated. So you know how to get things done. You're really good with people, so people can give you a task, and you can coordinate everyone and make something happen. Is that correct?
Yes.
So there's no reason why you're not employable, and that is where I see you going. And I would say, these times in the next few weeks are going to be a little weird. Why are they going to be weird? Because Mercury's going to go retrograde. Yeah, I can't wait for that technology snafu party. But Mercury's going retrograde on the 25th of this month, right around there, and it's going to take us into December 15th. So it's going to be this little bit of a wobble. So it's best to not start a new job when Mercury is retrograde. So you can look, you can knock on some doors, you can go on LinkedIn, you can make some connections. I do feel that there is a job opportunity coming for you. And, I'm sorry I was right on the connection time of the loss of job. And that's not something I want to be right about. So we're going to just step out in faith, and we're going to say that in the month of January, in the 2025 month, coming towards the end of January, don't really feel like, January 10th, you got a job. I don't see that. But when I'm getting closer to the 25th, the 28th, the 31st, maybe February 3rd, right in that window of time, things start moving for you for employment. So you really just have to hang out, enjoy the holidays, do your best due diligence in finding yourself the perfect work experience, and move yourself forward. It is going to be a time of finances and revamping your career, and it doesn't matter how we got here, this is where we are, and the universe has asked you to change, and you're going to step up to the plate, you're going to hit a home run, and everything's going to come out all right.
Oh, isn't this fantastic? I love your energy when it comes to all of us, but for me, wow. And as far as you telling me as far as time frame was concerned about my my loss of my job, that was okay. I mean, you truly helped me prepare and not be as shocked for the inevitable. So I thank you for that. Yeah. I really do. And everything that you just said to me just feels good. Thank you.
Good. So
you really helped.
I appreciate that, Charlotte. And what are you grateful for in this Thanksgiving time?
I'm grateful for good health because there's so many people around me in my age group, and I'm in denial of age. I think I'm 37. Somebody told me to give that up, so I said 41. But I'm really 69 plus 1.
Right.
So I see a lot of people around me who have major issues, and I'm grateful that I'm healthy, and I don't have that, because when you have your health, you have it all.
You have it all. Yes, absolutely. And I'm glad that you are in that space of good health. And yes, every day I'm hearing about yet another person who has got something going on, right? And everyone has their soul's journey. You're blessed with good health. We are in gratitude in this moment. And with good health, you can conquer anything. So with the power of the authority of God moving through you, you too will be able to create the life you desire. It's not a setback, it's a setup for your comeback. So just get ready, all right?
Thank you so very much. And I'm so happy that I was blessed enough to be able to get through to you this evening. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Bye for now. God bless you. 866-972-7247. I've got to pop over to Karen in Pembroke Pines. I can talk, I swear. Karen in Pembroke Pines. She sells seashells down by the seashore. Karen, how are you tonight?
It's funny. I'm good. How are you, Sarah?
I'm doing well. Apparently I can't get my peas out fast enough, but that's all right. Miss Karen, I know, and I got to mind my P's and Q's here on national radio, but anyway, we are looking at this energy here, and when I look at you, too many crickets, I got to tell you, you have the most intense brain, because you always have all these things running through your brain. It's like Grand Central Station with all the little stations, with all the trains going off into different directions. So, you know, there's a reason, there's a rhyme to everything you do, but you do have a lot on your mind. When I look at where you are, this year is really meant to put you kind of back in alignment. It is a year for you to be intentional. Since your birthday, the theme is, Karen, what do you want? Be intentional. Let's make it happen. Karen, what change do you want? Let's make it happen. Karen, what inspires you? What makes you feel happy? How can you be in alignment and joy? Karen, your guides and your angels are talking to you. Are you paying attention? These are the things that are going on around you. Does that make any sense to you?
Absolutely. Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yes. I feel like I'm like right in the middle of something, and I feel like I'm being pulled towards something, but I haven't quite figured out what that is or where it is.
Right, so you have to wait. You have to wait. You know this song, Something's Coming, I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be great.
Oh.
The
I
air
know
is
that song.
flowing, and something great is coming. Come on, deliver me. You are getting delivered. You're going to get dropped on the doorstep of what's to come next for you. You've got to believe that it's coming. I see Archangel Michael with you. Archangel Michael is the angel of protection. I also see that you have been sitting in the intention. This year is about you, and I want you to let your mind flow, let your creativity go, and when the door opens, don't be afraid to open what comes next, okay? I don't want you to second guess yourself or overthink something, because you do tend to do that. So when something comes, you're like, well, I don't know how I could do that, or how's that going to work? Just be like, you know what have I got to lose? That is the statement you're going to make. What have I got to lose? And your spirit guide is going to be like, you got nothing to lose. Go through the door. And you're going to express yourself in a different way. This is a year that's meant to be inspirational. Youthful is the other word they give me. Creative for you as well. Just our other caller had a lot of creativity around her. You do. And it is also the opportunity for you to break free of things that have been holding you back. So that's why you're in the holding pattern. The universe is moving things out of the way to get things ready for where you are to go. Karen, is this your first time calling into the show?
It is. I've never listened to the show, but I just discovered this radio station about 2 weeks ago, and I'm telling everybody because I love it so much.
Thank you. Yeah, every Wednesday night we're here 6:30 to 9 p.m. Where you been, honey? I've been hanging out 15 and a half years waiting for you. I don't know. You really kept me waiting.
Oh, my God. Well, I'm sorry I kept you waiting so long, but guess what? Here I am now, and it was well worth it. I'm so happy that I got you on the phone. I said, I'm going to give it a go. Why not?
Wonderful. And Karen, you know, I have a center, an enlightenment center in West Palm Beach. I know you're in Pembroke Pines. If you're ever cruising down the highway, come on up to West Palm Beach. You're going to love the energy and love everything that we have there. I've been hanging out there for 18 years, so.
Oh my gosh. I wrote all the address and everything down, so I would love to do that. I'll gather up a couple of my friends and we'll take a day trip up there.
Take a day trip, come hang out with Sarah Spiritual. Karen, for this minute, we're complete, but please share with us, what are you grateful for?
I am grateful for my daughter, my family, my cats who are sitting right here listening to you, and they loved your song, by the way.
Thank you.
And of course, my health and a few wonderful friends that I have in my life. And now I'm grateful for you, Sarah.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Karen, have yourself a very happy Thanksgiving, and we appreciate you. Bye for now.
Same to you. Thank you so much.
Bye. 866-972-7247. Write the number down. Love to have you join us in our next show. Next week, the eve before Thanksgiving, you're going to hear this show again. So if you liked it, tune back in. Just want to let you know that I am not going to be here. We are just going to let you all do your Thanksgiving things. That's why I'm giving you my recipe tonight. Death by Chocolate. Get out your paper. You're going to get 2 boxes of Devil's Food Cake. I usually like the Duncan Hines one. You're going to make them per the box instructions, because we need to make them in a flat rectangular square, because we're going to put them to the side and let them cool after they're made, because we're going to be doing some cutting. And when we get ready to do that, we're going to need 2 big boxes of chocolate pudding. The more chocolate pudding, the better. We like to use the instant chocolate pudding, so prepare 2 big boxes of instant pudding. I say go for it all and splurge and use whole milk, but you never know. Whatever works for you. Just don't use any type of almond milk. You're not going to like the flavor. Next, once we've made our pudding and our pudding is chilled a bit, our cake is cooled, we're going to then get a big bag of Score bars or little morsels of this toffee that's chopped. They sell it in a bag. We're in the baking section. You put that on the side, and you're going to get yourself 2 really big tubs of Cool Whip that you're going to have cooled. Now you've got everything here. Cool Whip is cooled into frosted. Your chill is on your chocolate pudding. You've cooled off your beautiful devil's food cakes, and you've got your mashed Score bar pieces of toffee just waiting. Well, here's what you're going to do. You're going to get the prettiest bowl you've got, because it makes for a beautiful array for your guests to see. And you're going to take the chocolate and you're going to slice it, and you're going to begin to place it on the bottom of the bowl. And you can put it up the edges a little bit. Let's get creative. Then you're going to take some really hefty scoops of some chocolate pudding, and then you're going to place that there. Then you're going to reach and you're going to get some Cool Whip. You're going to put that Cool Whip on top. Don't be skimpy in the layers. We want to have a lot of puff to it. And then if you've got some chocolate syrup, that would be a good time to drizzle some there. That's a matter of personal choice. And then go ahead and grab your cake again and start slicing and placing more pieces. And then repeat. Chocolate pudding, Cool Whip, crushed Score bars, a little bit of chocolate drizzle, and you build that up as high as you can go and make it look spectacular. When it's complete, the final Cool Whip topping, you want to sprinkle your Score bars on top of that, but don't drizzle the final chocolate syrup until you're ready to serve, because we want it to look like a masterpiece. So that's our Death by Chocolate. It's going to be a hit wherever you go, even for people who say that they don't like chocolate. They are the people who are going to just eat it up. We appreciate you, and we are all so grateful for all of you. And I'm going to share with you a tradition that every year for these past 15 years that I've been on national radio, I read this prayer from Spirit. And it says, I am grateful for every moment on this earth, and I am grateful for the people I have in my life and those who are no longer in my circle. I am grateful for every laugh, every smile, every accomplishment, and every loss. I embrace the challenges which define my character. I embrace my disappointments, my pain, and even my tears, for they represent my growth. I am grateful for my family, my friends, my colleagues, and even my enemies, for they are my life's blessings and lessons. I am grateful, and I am in beautiful awe and gratitude of this beautiful, vast world. It is truly amazing to see a sunset in the horizon, an ocean wave crash upon the rocks, or a butterfly fly. I stand in the amazement of all that is, rather than what is not. There is no reason to mourn, which I do. I do not mourn that, because there is greatness that can be found in even the most simplest of moments. I pray for the simplicity of life, purity of heart, and I stand in grateful anticipation for the abundance and the love and the goodness that is all around. I thank you, my God. And we've been saying that prayer since 2009. I am grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for this evening. Heck, I'm even grateful for a few snafus in technology, because it keeps us all on our toes. And I send much love to you, and those of you who are not with friends and family, or perhaps you are without something, know that the universe does deliver. You're never alone. Your angels, your guides are with you. And whatever problem you think is insurmountable, be in gratitude, and you will be delivered from it. Thank you so much for sharing time and space with me. Good night. God bless you. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
And we don't know where to go. The world is different now.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of